the stewardess took off her high heels, then put them into the passenger's coffee and stirred them well, and then served them to the passenger very calmly. However, the woman pushed the coffee to the ground, and although the stewardess was very unhappy in her heart, she didn't dare to show it, because the woman in front of her was the most honored crown princess of the royal family, but not so long ago, she even suddenly divorced with the prince. Just this morning, she chartered this airplane, and named the stewardess alone to serve her. So the plane took off not long, the stewardess came to kneel down ready to serve the princess. At this time, the princess suddenly saw the stewardess' hand wearing a gemstone ring. She immediately let the stewardess off to her to see, because at this time she also wore a hand is exactly the same, a commoner, and how to deserve to wear the same diamond ring with her? So the princess directly threw the ring to the ground. The stewardess hastily bent down to pick up, but I did not expect the princess stepped on it. Soon it was lunchtime. When the stewardess brought the meal up, the crown princess even started to make things difficult for her again, saying that the lunch she prepared was not to her liking. "I'm going to eat your work meal." Although the stewardess is very puzzled, but also can only obediently do. Because the princess is allergic to seafood, and their own work meal is a seafood noodles, so she can only pick out all the seafood, and then serve to the princess. And in the time it took for the stewardess to answer a phone call, a violent cough came from the cabin. The stewardess immediately brought water to the front to ask, but the princess directly got up to go to the restroom. At this time, the stewardess suddenly found a pile of photos on the table, and the photos are her and the prince. The stewardess is very afraid, immediately want to leave, but unexpectedly found that the princess has stood behind her. The original purpose of the princess is actually her. She was afraid to hurry to leave, but do not know that the princess that the red eyes are dead staring at her. The airplane soon landed. Looking at the figure of the princess left, the stewardess hanging heart only then let go. Unexpectedly the next day when the stewardess went to work, suddenly found that the news is actually broadcast in the news of the Wang Fei in last night in the hotel died in the news. And the strange thing is, the cause of death of the princess is unknown. Because of the status of the princess of honor, the royal family requires 15 hours must be transported back to the palace, and when the stewardess looked out the window, the princess of the body has been wrapped up tightly, is being transported to the aircraft. At this time, the stewardess's heart is vaguely a little uneasy. Is the death of the princess related to her? Due to the status of the princess of expensive, the remains cannot be placed in the cargo hold, so the crew will be placed in the princess of the cabin, and the stewardess also boarded the plane again. How the plane just took off not long, the plane encountered strong air currents, and then strange things happened.